waliokuwepo wengi wao wamerudi katika nafasi zao, na kama ulivyotazama katika ile safu ya watu wa viongozi wale watatu, maofisa wale watatu wa juu kabisa katika kanisa la Waadventista Wasabato, wote watatu wamerudi, wako wamerudi katika nafasi hizi kwa miaka tena hii mitatu ambayo wanapaswa kuongoza kanisa la Waadventista Wasabato. Mfano mwenyekiti Ted Nell Wilson ambaye yeye alitangazwa rasmi katika mkutano wa siku ya kwanza kwa saa za kwetu. Lakini katibu Ayrton
bonyeza subscribe kisha alama ya kengele. Ili kupata habari kutoka Hatimae channel, bonyeza subscribe kisha alama ya kengele. Ili kupata habari kutoka Hatimae channel, bonyeza subscribe kisha alama ya kengele. Ili kupata habari kutoka Hatimae channel, bonyeza subscribe kisha alama ya kengele. Ili kupata habari kutoka Hatimae channel, bonyeza subscribe kisha alama ya kengele. Ili kupata habari kutoka Hatimae channel, bonyeza subscribe kisha alama ya kengele. Ili kupata habari kutoka Hatimae channel, bonyeza subscribe kisha alama ya kengele. Ili kupata habari kutoka Hatimae channel, bonyeza subscribe kisha alama ya kengele.
The agenda. You have here listed by numbers starting on 401, and you have the whole list on pages 20 to 22. And you see there are numbers. 401 is the first one, but the actual item has a number of 400. Why is that? Because they are coming, as it was very well explained by Elder Muruvan, as the policy reviews are made to the church, as we meet an executive committee at the General Conference, the same thing with the church manual recommendations. They come from a church manual committee. They are presented to the annual council at the end of the year. Our last
watakwenda kwa muhula huo hadi hapo chaguzi mwingine utakapofanyika. Kwa hivyo kanisa likiona kwamba wanastahili watachaguliwa. Kwa mfano Anderson ameingia kuchukua nafasi ya ile Simmons ambaye ndio alikuwa anapigiwa makofi.
Naam.
Na Anderson yule mwanamama. Kwa hivyo ametoka Ella Simmons na ameingia Anderson. Sasa mkutano mkuu utakao kuja utaangalia pia, ukiona kwamba wana afya wachagua kama ulivyosema Roho Mtakatifu analiongoza kanisa, ataliongoza kwa wakati huo pia.
Tamaa yangu hasa ni kufahamu pengine wale wakuu wao huwa wanapatikana kwa kupitia mfumo kama mfumo huu ulivyotumika, ama wao pengine ni kuna njia nyingine ambayo
na ujumbe kutoka pande zote za ulimwengu. Kwa hivyo kinaitwa Ndugu mwenza anajibu kueleza jinsi mchakato ulivyokuwa kuweza kusikia haya mapendekezo ambayo yanaletwa leo hii mbele ya mkutano mkuu wa kanisa. Na kwa kweli kimsingi ukiangalia utakuta kwamba yamepitia mchakato mrefu sana.
But in your agenda is the item 401.
Kuchagua sasa.
Let's see the first one.
Chini ya uongozi wa wale watakaopewa kuongoza, nani wawe viongozi wao, wale wakubwa watatu: mwenyekiti, katibu na mweka hazina au mhazini. Basi wakishachaguliwa na majina yataletwa pia ili yaweze kukubalika na mkutano mkuu.
Na pengine tusubiri, lakini baadaye tutapata nafasi pia ya kuzungumza na mchungaji Herbert Nziku ambaye yuko kule katika mkutano ule pale St. Louis, na tunaendelea kufanya mawasiliano ili atakapokuwa tayari tutazungumza moja kwa moja kwa njia ya mtandao ili kutufahamisha pia hata hali ya hewa ikoje, lakini hali ya mkutano na yale ambayo yanaendelea pale, na pengine na mengi ambayo kwa kuwa yuko eneo la tukio ni rahisi kutupatia yale ambayo yanaendelea kwa ukaribu zaidi.
Naam, na ninaamini itamfaa pia mpendwa mtazamaji kwa sababu yeye yuko chunguni. Kwa hiyo anaweza kutumedia mengi ambayo hatuyaoni kupitia kamera hizi zinazotuhabarisha yale yanayoendelea kule. Naam.
Basi mimi ni kuacha uendelee na kuendelea kumtafsiria msikilizaji na mtazamaji ambaye yuko pamoja nasi sasa akifuatilia matangazo haya ya moja kwa moja kutoka pale St. Louis nchini Marekani katika mkutano mkuu wa kanisa la Waadventista wa Sabato.
Kabla niondoka nikupe kazi unisaidie kusoma walau ujumbe 1, 2, 3.
Naam. Tunashukuru sana kwa wewe ambaye unaendelea kututumia ujumbe mfupi wa maneno. Anasema naitwa Zawadi Chiti, nabarikiwa sana na huduma hii takatifu inayompendeza Mungu. Asante sana. Huyu anasema haya. Asante sana kwa ujumbe wako. Asema tuko pamoja. Mungu awatie nguvu. Mispina Mazemule kutoka Sengerema Buchosa. Amina. Anasema. Nikisoma ujumbe mwingine anasema naitwa Steven Masunga, kanisa la Mbugani, mtaa wa Miembeni, Mara Conference. Mungu asimamie uchaguzi huo makini, ajipatie viongozi watakaosimamia kazi kipindi hiki cha mwisho. Mungu awabariki, tunaomba kwa ajili ya uchaguzi huo. Amina.
Amina, Mungu akubariki. Uwe na wakati mwema, karibu tena.
Asante sana.
I think the system is transparent and allows for a complete system. I would also point out just real quickly, in a hybrid system, this is the only real option. You can go to raising cards, but then you've disenfranchised the people online, and we don't want to do that. So this really is the only workable option for a hybrid meeting.
At this point. New technology is developed all the time. We'll wait to see. Going to microphone number 5, Patricia Langley, General Conference. Number 5. And we're going to go to microphone number 2, Jared Toonstra, following this one.
Madam Chair Lady.
Yes.
Distinguished delegates and world leaders and members. I am so grateful to be alive today, to stand at this microphone as I acknowledge the changes that are taking place. I think back of 1863, May 19th and 20th, when we had our first General Conference. Now we have our 61st, and I am so happy that the General Conference has chosen Paul Douglas to be the first man of color to serve the World Church. Dr. Simmons, God has used you mightily as a vice president. I am so proud of you. And as I listen to the reports and meeting God's people, you notice I'm holding up a flag as we have been praying for our people from the Ukraine. I'm also listening as it was stated that young people, more young people, should be missionaries. I want to invite young people, especially Caucasians. I have a burden for the whites of the world in Adventism in America, and I invite you to come and join me as we work together. May God's name be praised as we unite together as one, for Jesus is made of one blood, all nations of the earth to work together. God bless you. I would have loved to have seen more than one vice president as a female that came forward.
Thank you. Thank you. That was a personal statement, and I need to know if among the 3 remaining, are there specific questions about process? Something that we need to hear concerning this session in order to do our business? All right, we're going to go to Jaron Toonstra, Belgian-Luxembourg Conference from the Inter-European Division on microphone number 2. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is a general comment about the reports. I was really pleased we could have a discussion about the report of the Secretariat, but I'm very surprised that we haven't had any discussion on the report from the President. Is this intentional not to have a discussion about this?
Of course it was,
will it be possible?
yes.
It was intentional.
In that, Elder Wilson was exercising appropriate modesty, appropriate behavior as the in fact, yesterday someone called him outgoing president. I'm sure that individual did not intend the inference there, but as the president who was not yet determined to be the president going forward. He simply gave us a report on what had been done in the past, and it was the intent to leave it at that in terms of appropriate behavior, professional behavior on that. I'm sure there will be an opportunity for the body to engage with Elder Wilson in the future now that that decision has been made.
Break from protocol in General Conference sessions, right?
It does not break from policy. I'm not sure about protocol and practice, but you do notice that we have done many things differently this time because we've had to shorten the experience, the numbers of days, and so forth. So there have been some adjustments, but we pray no violation of policy or protocol that protocol variants that would diminish the experience for the delegates and the participants.
But all the changes have been voted through with the delegates, and this decision has been unilateral by the General Conference President.
No, the changes have been worked through appropriate bodies, and those bodies representing the delegates, the leadership in the divisions, for example, and others who have been present for annual council and spring meetings.
Then I would like to express my grave disappointment that the President was not willing to answer any questions on his report.
I'm sure, as I said, that time will come. And I understand the need. There's no issue. There is no issue. There definitely was no intent to deny the engagement, but we felt that it would be inappropriate for that to happen at that time, and yet we needed a report of what had happened in the past from the President. So I'm sure there will be an opportunity for engagement.
I hope so.
Okay, thank you very much. And my favorite name again, microphone number 6, Mandla Se Bantuini Lupanduana, from Southern Africa Union Conference in the SID.
Thank you, Chair. Around 2010, the IT department of the Southern Africa Indian Ocean Division introduced a practice of electronic voting at our conference and union sessions. We had similar teething problems, but I can safely say over the past 12 years, we have acclimatized to it and it has become second nature. I think going forward, we will get to a point where electronic voting at General Conference sessions will also come as easily. Like with anything else that is new, we are experiencing teething problems. Secondly, as someone who's been in the youth ministries department, for us, things that happen for the first time become important for church heritage purposes. And I'm wondering, Chair, what mechanism we could use to take a vote to officially acknowledge the fact that we've had our first woman vice president at the General Conference. It's the kind of stuff that ends up in our church heritage records. I'm not sure if we are able to make the motion now or it has to be put together elsewhere. And if it is to be put together elsewhere, how do we nudge the putter together of such a motion? Thank you, Chair.
I see that smile, and I thank you for the heart that I'm hearing. I don't know when that should happen, but whenever it does, I should not be in the chair to guide it. Thank you. Well, before we go to the microphone, let me call our Undersecretary, at least for now, Hensley Maruvan.
At least for now.
At least for
Perfectly
now.
Right. Madam Chair, it might not answer the question of our colleague from the Trans-European Division, I think he was, but we don't... EUD, pardon me. But we don't want you to leave here with ringing in the back of your mind a statement that says that we have breached protocol and that we did not abide by processes. Let me share with you clearly what has happened. You know that this is a special GC session, right? We had 10 days, but because of everything that relates to COVID, we had to squeeze everything into 4 days of business session. If there is someone who can tell you how, I would not say a nightmare because this is the Lord's work, but how heavy this responsibility is, I think it is me and my team. So this is what happened, Madam Chair. Traditionally, the report of the President is given on the Thursday evening, you remember, and then it will be followed by the reports of all divisions, which would normally also take place in the evening. Do you all remember that time? Now, we have a reduced GC session. Oh, something else. When these reports were happening in the evening hours, they were outside a business session. And when you are outside a business session, you do not vote, you do not discuss, you do not ask any questions. So that's how it has been traditionally. The report of the President is not within the business hours, it is in the evening. He's the one who begins and all the other divisions follow. But because of this new situation in which we find ourselves into, the President's report had to be put in the business session, and we are trying to find the best way of handling that. Thank you for giving me the possibility of explaining that to you, because we don't want you to go with this idea the comment that was made. Again, thank you. This is exactly, friends, what happened, because it so happens that I am the one who helps with the daily schedule. This is what I told you. This is what happened. And thank you for allowing me to explain it to you in a very transparent way. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We wanted to hear from Secretariat on that. All right, on microphone number 8, Namdi Onyen Muru.
Onyemuru.
Oh, say that again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my pleasure to really...
Conference, WAD. Yes, please.
It's my pleasure to really commend the organizers of this general conference session, especially the level of intelligence we are seeing here among our leaders gives us joy. And I have to see joy hand to commend the ICT for the work that they have done. Coming to transparency, I think the system is very transparent, time-saving, but then there should be an improvement, which I have to say, that will make it more transparent and value added. And that will be possibly by next time we'll meet again, by the grace of God. I expect that as people are voting, the countings are seen on the screen. And that will give us more value added and more transparent in so doing. So going forward, I challenge our ITC personnel to see how that can be possible, and I know it is possible. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, sir. And our next speaker is on, I'm looking for which microphone? No? No? Microphone number 8, Paul Ananaba, Lagos Mainland Conference, WAD. If you have a comment or a question regarding our processes, we'll hear that now.
Madam Chair, beyond the point of the last speaker, which I think will improve the quality of the process, it should be considered with a lot of degree of seriousness, so that as the votes are going on, you will be seeing the figures, even though you will not know who voted where. It will improve the process. But I don't think that that permits a serving General Conference employee to come to the floor of the General Conference session and say that the process is not transparent. So I want to think that going forward, the General Conference officers should look inwards and counsel those wearing General Conference badges to our sessions to watch what they say